Have you ever wondered what happens when car designers decide to throw the rulebook out the window? Well, you're in for a treat. While most people say, don't reinvent the wheel, the auto industry took that as a challenge, and thank goodness they did. From the wonderfully weird to the downright bizarre, we're exploring 10 rare limited edition cars that you won't believe actually exist. Get ready for a journey through the most unique and head-turning vehicles ever created. 1. 1986 Lamborghini LM002. Let's kick things off with something unexpected. The 1986 Lamborghini LM002, also known as the Rambo Lambo. Now, when you think of Lamborghini, you're probably picturing sleek, low-slung sports cars that look like they belong in a sci-fi movie. But back in the 80s, Lamborghini decided to take a wild turn and try something different. They wanted to tap into the military and off-road vehicle markets, and the LM002 was born. This beast of a vehicle was unlike any other Lamborghini before it. Picture a rugged off-road SUV with the heart of a supercar. It was originally designed for military use, but a civilian version made its way to the market. With its aggressive look and V12 engine borrowed from the iconic Countach, the LM002 could tackle tough terrains and still turn heads. Though it didn't become a staple in Lamborghini's lineup, the LM002 remains one of the most exotic off-road vehicles ever made. It's a rare gem that shows Lamborghini isn't afraid to break the mold and try something bold. 2. 1948 Tasco. Next up, let's talk about a car that's truly out of this world, the 1948 Tasco. This car looks like it came straight from a sci-fi movie, and it's not hard to see why. Back in the late 1940s, designers were all about creating cars that could slice through the air with ease, just like airplanes. And that's exactly where the Tasco got its inspiration, from the sky. The Tasco is one of those cars you have to see to believe. Its body was designed to resemble an airplane, complete with a T-top roof, which was a groundbreaking design at the time. This unique roof design later influenced some of the most iconic cars in history, like the Corvette and Firebird. So in a way, the Tasco really did take off, despite its initial reception being a bit lukewarm. While the Tasco didn't become a household name, it paved the way for future innovations in car design. It shows how creativity and a little inspiration from above can lead to something truly remarkable. If you're a fan of cars that dare to be different, the Tasco is a fascinating piece of automotive history. 3. 2014 Volkswagen XL1. Let's jump to something straight out of a sci-fi flick, the 2014 Volkswagen XL1. This futuristic car looks like it was beamed down from another planet. At a time when hybrids were still finding their place on the roads, the XL1 was already ahead of the game with its unique diesel-electric hybrid engine. The XL1 is not just about looks, it's all about efficiency. Volkswagen claimed this sleek machine could achieve an incredible 261 miles per gallon, leaving other hybrids, like the Toyota Prius, in the dust. That's 5 times better fuel efficiency than what most of us are used to seeing. With its lightweight design and aerodynamic shape, the XL1 was built to cut through the air with minimal resistance, making it an engineering marvel. Unfortunately, the XL1 never really took off, partly due to the diesel scandal that hit Volkswagen hard. It's a shame because, in another universe, this car could have been the go-to choice for eco-friendly commuters. Even though it didn't become a regular sight on our roads, the XL1 remains a testament to what's possible when carmakers push the limits of technology and imagination. 4. 1959 Cadillac Cyclone XP74. Let's take a look at the 1959 Cadillac Cyclone XP74, a car that looks like it could take off at any moment. This futuristic concept car was one of the last designs by the legendary Harley Earl and was inspired by the sleek lines of fighter jets. With its jet-inspired body, the Cyclone is a shining example of the 1950s love for all things aerodynamic and futuristic. But the Cyclone was more than just a pretty face. It was packed with innovative features that were way ahead of its time. It introduced some groundbreaking safety technology that paved the way for modern cars. For instance, the cones around the headlights could flash warning lights when they detected an approaching object. It even had an automatic braking system, which was revolutionary back then. To top it off, The Cyclone featured an early version of cruise control, giving drivers a sense of being on autopilot, just like in a jet. Although it never went into production, the Cadillac Cyclone XP74 remains a fascinating glimpse into a future where cars and planes seem destined to merge into one. It's a car that dared to dream big and fly high. 5. 1953 General Motors Firebird iXP21. Next up is the 1953 General Motors Firebird iXP21, a true icon in the world of concept cars. If you thought cars and planes were worlds apart, GM was here to prove you wrong. This futuristic vehicle was designed to test the potential of gas turbine engines in cars, which was a pretty wild idea back in the day. And what better way to do that than by giving it a body that looks like a fighter jet? The Firebird iXP21 was made from lightweight fiberglass, a material that was as cutting edge as the car's design. Its jet-like shape and roaring engine made it feel like it was ready to take off down the runway instead of the highway. The concept was so intriguing that GM went on to create 3 more prototypes, each building on the idea of combining cars and aviation. While gas turbine engines didn't become the norm for cars, the Firebird I remains a legendary experiment in automotive history. It's a car that still sparks the imagination and makes you wonder what could have been. Imagine cruising down the road in one of these, aviators on, with Danger Zone playing in the background. It's a vision of the future that never quite came to be but still captivates us today. 6. 970 Ferrari Pininfarina 512S Modulo. Get ready for a car that looks like it could zoom straight into space. The 1970 Ferrari Pininfarina 512S Modulo. This is not just any car. It's a masterpiece of futuristic design. Imagine a spaceship on wheels, and you've got the Modulo. Designer Paolo Martin took the sleek Ferrari 512S race car and gave it a makeover that's out of this world. With its low, wedge-shaped body and sci-fi vibes, the Modulo resembles something from Star Trek. It's no wonder this car turned heads when it first appeared. The innovative design played a huge role in popularizing the wedge shape that many supercars use today. It's all about cutting through the air with style and speed. Though the Modulo was never meant for the open road, it remains one of the most iconic concept cars ever made. Its radical design and bold vision show just how far creativity can go when it comes to cars. If you've ever dreamed of driving a vehicle that looks ready to explore the stars, the Ferrari Modulo is as close as it gets. It's a car that dares to dream beyond the ordinary and reach for the extraordinary. 7. 1942 Luof Electrique. Let's talk about a couple of fascinating pioneers from the early days of innovative car design. First up is the 1942 Luof Electrique, also known as the Electric Egg. Created by Paul Arzens, this quirky three-wheeler was one of the first attempts at an electric vehicle. Its unique design featured a plexiglass bubble windshield, making it look like something out of a cartoon. While it might seem odd today, it paved the way for modern EV designs, especially those little golf carts zipping around golf courses. Next, we have the 1936 Stout Scarab. Designed by William Stout, this was the ultimate luxury car, inspired by the elegance of air travel. With an interior that felt like a plush dining room, it was ahead of its time. Although it never quite took off due to its high cost, it inspired the concept of the modern minivan. Thanks for exploring these extraordinary vehicles with us. From the Rambo Lambo to the futuristic Modulo, these rare gems remind us that innovation knows no bounds. If you enjoyed this look at the most unique cars in history, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Global Car Treasures for more incredible automotive stories. Leave a comment below about which car you found the most fascinating, and share this video with fellow car enthusiasts who love a good automotive adventure.